Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the AlphaWolves podcast. I'm your host, RUCA.
I'm your other host, S.Dot.
Yeah, so we might have tried this a few times and we finally got this thing locked
Fucking
in.
failures.
We fuck around way too much. But I wanted to, first of all, thank everybody that tuned into episode 0 and gave me some suggestions on where to go. Overwhelming response for...
The suggestions, but go ahead. Go ahead. What were your suggestions?
There was an overwhelming response to go to Belize and to go to the Philippines. And I know you're going to dog at me for this, but I don't give a fuck.
Who the fuck is going to Belize?
3.
The Philippines. No, that was... Thank you, but
if we
no.
make it past
no,
this part, it's probably not humorous to the listeners, but Scott has gave me shit threefold.
I've just never heard somebody say, yo, what should we go for for spring break? The Philippines.
Yeah. No, I mean... Well, it's got to be great because I've had a lot of people that said to go there as well as Belize.
Maybe
so again,
I'm
thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
So New Year's is right around the corner now. In the next couple of days. So our sets are kind of getting prepped at this point.
I'm behind on mine, but
are you?
Yeah, because of you. Yeah.
The podcast?
The podcast.
Dude,
I'll get it. I
got
got
such a procrastinator.
I cleared
He's like,
tomorrow.
I've got a DJ and it's tonight. Oh, I better start practicing.
I better start practicing. I got the weekend though.
Yeah.
No gigs this weekend, just prep.
So again, thank you guys. We look forward to seeing you guys at Gold Room.
Yes.
And at the Crystal Ball. Let's give them the links again, just for the very few people that might still be able to get into these places, because I think they might be sold out.
Yeah.
I know. So what's the link to the Gold Room?
It's on eventbrite.com. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Debonair. It's on Eventbrite, but hit me on my personal page at S.Madison and I'll get you the right links.
Yeah. And so you can go to the Crystal Ball, or actually it's Crystal Ball MN, and or you can reach out to Dan Vargas. I think there's still tickets available. It's a huge event, but I think they can kind of squeeze a couple more people in there. It's on the 50th floor of the IDS, so it's
dope.
It's going to be great for you. But and you can get tickets at Vital. I think it's Vital.
Vitalculture.com.
Yeah. Is it Vital Culture?
Yeah, it's Vitalculture.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of our place in Minneapolis where you get tickets. So with that being said,
gosh, I'm always right.
We also talked about I'm loving this. Scott always does this. I tell him not to do this. Like this, you're trying to start a fire or something. We talked about you getting on a dating app. Now, did you do that?
Oh, yeah, I did.
You did. Now, what dating app did you get on?
I got on Tinder.
Ooh, Tinder. That's where you find love, and then also cheat on that love and find love with somebody else.
Yeah. So I'm on it as of today. Look me up. Hit me on Tinder. I'm not.
Do people say that? It's not like social media. No, you know what's weird is it is like social media now.
It's an @ name on it now. So I figured.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dude, I realize that, and we'll get into your Tinder experience, what you've got so far, but I realize it is like social media now. And the fact that you go on Tinder and people are giving their Snapchat and their Instagram information. Yeah. So it's like, meet me here, but then also follow me on my Instagram. It's it's not even dating anymore. It's social media. So what's your experience been?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like Tinder thus far. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm not gonna give up. It's just, I feel like I'm shopping for women, which is like mad chauvinistic. Yeah. I am. It's just too many to pick from. I said this on the other podcast. It's just, I need like a small group of girls to pick from. Like, I like walking into the club and trying to break through the crowd to get to the girl I want. Tinder is just, I'm bad at texting back and forth. So like, I'm horrible at messaging. I don't want to take every girl out that I think is cute. So I'm like really lost.
That's the downside of being a guy, because this is something I can say is every girl I've ever went on a date with, I've always paid for every single date, especially on dating apps. And I mean, even into like long lasting relationships, I bet takes like a year before they pay for anything. Yeah. And I'm not a baller by any means. It's not like I'm just like doing this. But if you're a girl, you can go on a shit ton of dates, and it's realistically going to cost you very little.
I would do it just for the food if I was a girl.
Oh, like girls do, for sure.
I was going on a date tonight. I don't want to. That's fire. Yeah.
But guys, you're like, okay, well, because you have to treat every date like it's somebody you're going to be with. I mean, unless you're going on there to kind of do like one night stand or just like, friends with benefits, you can treat that a little bit differently. That's not my MO. But I know people that kind of do that. But you do have to treat every single interaction with somebody like this could be somebody I end up dating, and I don't want to look back and be like, I treated this like it was a one night stand kind of thing, right?
Have you ever took a girl out on a date from one of the dating apps and hung out with her for a little bit and was like, you know what? I just want to have a one night stand with this girl and never speak to her again.
No.
No?
No, I'm not saying no, it's not even me a gentleman. It's just I've never been that way. Like I'll either like them enough to want to keep hanging out with them, and then it's like if I'm gonna hook up with them or it's gonna get to that like physical state, it's not going to end right away. Because I like their personality. I like there was more things than just the physical for me.
So so it's never times where you're like, man, I know I don't want to be with this girl, but she's fucking hot. I wanna hit, and that's it. Do you ever get like that? Never.
No, but I think you're gonna love Tinder because there's a lot of people that are like that.
That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing like Tinder is like for hooking up. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and to defend Tinder here, not like they're ever going to give a shit about some dude in Minnesota talking up or down about their app, but I do think it's not necessarily the app's intent. I think what it is it's the most popular app. So similar to PCs being the most popular computer, right? When you send out a virus for a computer, you don't send it to Macs because it's such a small demographic.
Okay.
Now, you would send it to PCs and you would infect corporate environments and actually do real damage. I think that's kind of like that with Tinder, where it's the mass. The people hear of dating apps and they're like, well, I got to get on Tinder. And then they kind of delve in a little bit more and they're like, oh, there's other ones. And I think since there are so many people that use that as their default to go to it, first of all, you also get a lot of the riffraff that just kind of sit at that.
Right.
You know, so I've even had people that I've talked to or I've dated briefly that they've been like, you know, I'm in a small city and, you know, with a radius of 30 miles or whatever, or 50 or whatever they set it to, that there's not too many people that are on Bumble or Hinge or Plenty of Fish or OkCupid or any of these hundreds of other dating apps.
Shit.
They're on the big ones. So you're not going to find people. You're going to find like 7 people. You're going to be like, that's Tom. I saw him yesterday.
Right.
And you're going to run out of people real fast if you on Bumble. But if you're on Tinder, there could be, you know, 500 people in your radius.
So what I realized because I looked at Bumble.
Yeah.
Did Bumble for like an hour and I did Tinder for like.
So what made you stick with Tinder? Was it just that what I just gave it as an example?
It was just because that's
the Nike of dating apps?
No, the Nike of dating apps. I don't know about that. I think it's just because that's what we agreed to the last podcast. So I said I'm gonna do Tinder.
Cool.
But I feel like
we talked about Grindr too, though, and you just
we didn't say. I didn't look at Grindr.
You blew that one off.
Hey, I mean, I didn't look at it.
Well, you didn't really blow that one off. But
so the quality of women are like way less on Tinder, like compared to Bumble. Like Bumble, I've seen way more attractive women that
I agree
that I did on Tinder.
But you know what? There's a lot of people that I would say the vast majority of people, and I would be one of them, that are on multiple apps.
Oh, that's a lot of fucking work.
They're just completely different demographics. So like you just said, if you want to find this type of a person, you're going to go on this versus this. And
holy shit.
I mean, our producer here, what do you think? Would you agree or would you disagree? This is a female's opinion. Going on multiple apps.
Word?
Yeah, so she says if you're looking to actually hang out with somebody, it would be
Tinder.
Bumble or Hinge. But
No,
if you were looking to just have sex, it would be, and she said it way more vulgar than I am as a man saying.
Yes.
She's like, if you're just trying to get fucked, she even said it like that fucked, you would go on Grindr or Tinder. So, I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for. And not even dogging on you, but I am still dogging on you. You're not looking for like love, really. Okay. You're just keeping an open mind and you're like, you know what, I'll do this. But more than likely, I'm just going to start playing a little game of tag team.
So I'm not tag team. So I'm not looking for love at all, but I'm not running from it. So like if I come across it,
so what
I
would
won't
you even
fight
take?
it.
That's it. You say that. Oh, I'm taking defense of this. I'm like I'm an actual woman or something.
You
so
are.
You're not looking, or you're not necessarily not looking for love. But what are you doing to facilitate the potential of love? Because you're not changing anything. You're just like, well, if love falls in my lap, I guess I'll take it. It's like, it doesn't happen that way. You have to put in some effort.
I just feel like I'm so busy chasing my goals that I don't have the time.
So you're selfish. It's cool. I'm selfish too.
I don't have the proper time.
He's candy coating it.
And focus to dedicate to making a successful relationship. But if something comes in my life and changes that, then.
What would that be? How would that be?
I don't know, man. That's like a myth. mythological. There's got to be like Rihanna coming into my life or something.
Okay, so Scott will never settle down because he's used an example of like absolute insanity. It's never going to happen.
Settling down is tough. You know what? So, and this is the thing. When you're on these apps, and this is my main thing with the app, right? Like, there's always somebody better. It's always somebody hotter. Sure. You know what I mean? Somebody more successful. Like, how do you say, okay, this is the one?
I think it's better that there are so many options.
I think that's terrible.
Because don't you actually want to be with the best option? We all want the best option right now. At some point, you will stop. Like, whether that's 40 years down the line or it's tomorrow.
There will always be a better option.
But that's so literally
these dating apps are like exactly running in circles. You're on a hamster wheel.
Yeah. So say that there's no dating apps.
Okay.
You would still eventually be with somebody for the most part. You know, we're making a lot of assumptions here, but for the most part, people settle down and get in relationships, have kids or a family of some sort. So that would still happen minus the dating apps. You would just keep going to bars or keep going to libraries, or you would keep doing these things, and you could go to the library the next week and keep looking for people, or go to the bar even after you found somebody. So there's an endless amount of potential and possible people you could be with. But at some point, there's a switch that you're just like, okay, this is either the best thing for me or it is good enough for me to stop looking. And it doesn't matter if it's an app or if it's in person, you're going to encounter that if it's somebody you're supposed to be with.
How do you make that decision? You'll meet the same girl three times over that is good enough for you to stop looking. You're going to meet a lot of phenomenal women on this app, and you're going to keep passing them up because there's more phenomenal women. What if you miss the one that's for you because you keep looking? Like, so you're saying that you basically saying what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
I got to just fall in love. They got to be something just crazy phenomenal.
So you just bought a new car recently, and I don't mean to offend anybody by comparing women or humans to cars, but I'm trying to give an example.
They're going to be offended.
So you just bought a car.
Yeah.
You could have bought tens of thousands of cars.
Right. And
you chose a car because it had the options you wanted. It was the color you wanted. Very similar to a human.
Nope. Horrible. No, it's not true. I knew the car I wanted.
So why didn't you buy a 1975 Ford Pinto?
I knew the car I wanted.
Okay.
You don't know the woman you wanted.
Yeah, you do.
It's different.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the girls you don't want. It's the same thing as knowing what you do want.
Okay, what do you want? Because I don't know what type of woman I want.
So I don't want an overweight woman. I don't want a girl that's taller than me. I don't want a girl that's under 5 foot tall. I don't want a girl that's illiterate. I don't want a girl that doesn't have a college education. I don't want a girl that has a bad family. I don't want a girl it goes on and on. Like, I know exactly. So you just
those
flip that and
you
say
just
that's
said,
exactly what I want.
You can meet that girl that you just listed off 1,000 times. So when do you stop and pick one?
Those are just the surface things that you want before you interact with somebody. Then I also want somebody that I have commonality with. Right? So you have to know, do you want somebody that's opposite of you or very similar?
Sometimes opposites attract. Sometimes dating somebody that's totally opposite from you is like better because it's like two different worlds.
So you just don't know yourself at all is what you're saying.
I know myself, but
okay, well then you kind of know what works for you. You didn't just, so you bought an automatic car. Can you drive a 5-speed?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Why didn't you buy a 5-speed?
That's too much work. I just want to drive. I don't want to.
Okay. So you wanted more of a lazy approach or a comfortable approach versus more work. And actually 5-speeds are usually funner to drive, especially in a sports car like yours.
Okay.
But you took that sacrifice and you chose this over that, where honestly, I would have chose the exact opposite because I would have been beating the fuck out of that car.
Okay.
Right? So you know what you want. Now you take that into a relationship. You know you want less work or more work. Do you want opposites attract or do you want somebody that's very similar? Okay. You know it. We can play, banter back and forth all day, but like, you know what you want. It's either laziness, fear, or actually you don't want to be in a relationship and you like the benefits of just having this like kind of loosey-goosey like fun time. And that's not bad, but you know what you want. So if you sell a girl on the opposite or something different than what you know, then you're a player. Then you're a piece of shit.
Okay. I think that I don't want a relationship.
Okay. Then that's good.
Right now, yeah. I don't want to be.
So you would lead with that.
But I do like having somebody I can go to.
So you want a friends with benefits.
A close friend with.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
yes.
So you want that. Like, there you go.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I wouldn't word it that way.
But
on an online dating app, you're going to be the worst human in the world because they're going to be like, I'm going to swipe left to that guy for sure. Your profile is like, I just want to have sex with somebody a lot, and they don't get to have sex with anybody else, but I do.
Yes.
Is that what you put?
No, but I should.
You should not put that. You should probably just not want.
We should put it and see if women still bite on it. Because you know what I realized about women a lot of times, if you're just honest with them about your fuck shit, they be like with it. Like, all right, you want to what? You want to fuck me and her? Okay.
Yeah. So a good point is, and this was actually from our producer, so thank you. I love getting a female's perspective on this so we don't seem too like chauvinistic and like sexist pieces of shit. But she actually said, who reads bios anyway? Like on dating apps. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's face fuck is what it is. It's like, I don't want to have sex with, I want to have sex with. And then you're like, oh, you also can write a sentence. Right? So I agree. I don't think many people actually do read bios, but that's also a good way to like wean off the people you're looking for. So you don't give a shit about a bio. So you should be like looking at that person as a bio. Fuck it, I'll swipe right for sure. But that girl actually has like some self-respect and it's just agreeing. That girl has self-respect. No, that's not for me, man.
I felt like 60% of the girls had like their titties out. It was like mad titty shots.
Dude, so we've went back and forth on this and we're really trying to find a way to refine this so we can find some humor and not be pieces of shit about it. But I've went on probably into the 300s of dates.
Holy shit!
And that being said, and I said we would on episode 0. I said I'll explain it a little bit more, but I went on developing a dating app.
That's expensive. You got to tally that up one day.
So I worked in developing a dating app, and that's kind of the number behind that. I couldn't hook up with these girls. It was just a first date, and then kind of run the stats and stuff. And I was good on that, but it didn't end up getting launched. That's the gist of the story. But on that, the actual girls that I met by swiping right, like you're like, oh, am I going to get fucking something wrong with my thumb from swiping so much? And I know if you're on a dating app, you can agree with that feeling where you're like, oh, my fucking thumb hurts. I'm on this app way too much. Maybe not you. Your hands are sore from a different thing. And that's from lacking a dating app. But that was like the most feminine thing with your hands.
I was just stretching my fingers.
Yeah. But so we want to kind of put this idea out there, and maybe you guys can help us refine it before we present it to you fully. But I want to, how do I say this? It's so weird. So I want to put some of the flaws that we find in women on.
That sounds bad.
So hear me out. I want to put it actually like little blurbs, like popping up and stuff over here.
Okay.
But I don't want to out any person specifically with names or things like that. So a lot of people have heard me talk about like, oh, I hate trash eyebrows on girls, right? And girls are like, well, you probably think mine are trash or you don't, and they don't understand like the scope of what I'm saying or the threshold. I want to put some of these things out there. So, because if you're a girl, you're not on a dating app seeing other girls, you're seeing guys, right? And if you're a guy, you're not really seeing what other guys are putting out there. So you don't know what the competition is. So I want girls to actually see some of the things, that I see where the girls that do the cleavage shot, right?
Yeah.
It's astounding how many girls do 75% boob and like 25% face. And you're like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to have a guy have sex with you? If you are, that's good, but don't try to sell yourself as in this like innocent girl and like you don't know, because your cleavage is longer than your face.
Or right? it's the ass pic where they like turn around and look back.
Yeah.
That's all day. That's like played out, ladies. Y'all gotta do something new.
So as a guy, I've heard the no-nos from girls from being on all these dates. They say, guys will take pictures of fish, and guys will take pictures of themselves in mirrors without shirts on. And it's like, okay, so you know this, right? You know that these are bad things. So assess yourself and say like, what am I doing that other people are doing that are just like absolute no-nos, right? One of the things that I can I can kind of defend guys. Now hear me out, women.
There we go.
So women, you take
together.
1,000 photos to every one photo a guy takes. And my producer is nodding her head no, and I'm gonna totally pretend like I didn't see that because
she's lying.
Now I know she's a liar.
She's lying.
So girls, for the most part, they try to find the right angle. Yeah. That's not the right lighting. Oh, come on, girls, let's take this again. They do it over and over and over and over and over, and then they get the picture they want. So when a girl puts a picture up, it is literally the best of thousands of photos, or at least hundreds. Now, if a guy, and so guys don't do that for the most part, and I know I'm making a lot of vague generalizations here, but for the most part, especially the guys that I know, we're not going, hey, dude, let's get another picture. No, you got to smile a little bit better. We don't do that.
I don't do that at all.
So when a guy takes a picture of a fish, it's because he did something that he's proud of, and he doesn't give a shit if he looks bad. It's the only picture he has, and he's proud of this fish.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why guys have these pictures of fish, right? The whole in the mirror kind of thing, I get it's douchey. I don't have any excuses for that, right? But girls, you do the same shit, just in different fashions. You do the taking pictures of yourself in the mirror while you're working out with the yoga pants on.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I ever saw you at the gym doing this, I would make you feel like the most worthless piece of shit in the world. Like,
I feel like they go to the gym just for the pic.
Yeah, it's like, did you even work out?
No, I went for the pic.
It's just, and they go on fucking flex zone with those hips, dude. It's like, we get it. It's kind of hard to look like unfit unless you're like 50 pounds overweight. If you're twisting your leg, popping your ass out, yoga pants, and you're just like, no big deal, I'm just doing this at the gym.
They do the thing where they like bend the right foot on the toe.
Oh,
like,
dude,
what is that? What is? Blows my mind.
Yeah, or girls, you like spin the hips a little bit, so it's like you kind of tuck those hips in, or you put the foot or like the hip over the other hip to like present yourself small. It's like, come on,
we
man.
on to the tricks, ladies.
What are you doing?
Y'all been exposed.
You know you don't have to do this. We're guys. Right. If you do your makeup for 20 seconds, we're happy. You spending an hour on that, you're not doing anything more for us. I know it's not just to attract guys. Girls aren't like, everything I do is for like a guy. But some of it is.
A lot of it.
And it's a lot more than you guys actually, you know.
Facts. Debate it, ladies. I dare you. That's a fact.
Yeah. So
I can't
so what?
I can't get past the 300 dates thing. How much, what do you, 300 dates?
Yeah. You know, have you seen that? I just put this on a buddy's Instagram, I think it was today. The Vin Diesel and the knockaround guys, have you seen that? He's like 500.
Oh yeah, that's like, the number of
just this hillbilly fucking dude. What, dude?
So I
started.
And
he's like, that's what he was like. That's when I started. Yeah. He's like, what did he say? He's like,
he said something about becoming a real fighter. Yeah.
There was a lot of times I didn't think I'd be able to make it. But like 500. So me 300.
So our producer said if you had 300 dates and you spent a minimum of $30, that's not $9,000.
Yeah, that's more than that. It's usually like $50 to $100 because you're also paying for yourself, though.
Right. I've never been on a date and spent $30. I guess
that's impossible to do. I mean, you could go to like Perkins and spend more than $30, and you don't take a date to Perkins. That's like a I'm married kind of thing.
What do you think you spent per date?
$50 to $100, sometimes 120, 150 or something. But that's if, and it's not like, oh my God, this girl's like so much hotter. I'm gonna treat her so much more. Like I'm gonna spend so much more. It's just like, vibe is right. What do you want to do? And she wants to go to a show, and you're like, well, I went to Bastille with a girl. Right. And tickets were like $60 or $50 or something like that each. So obviously it's going to be more than just going to, you know, like a dive bar or something and getting a drink.
My G, you spent about $15,000 on 300 dates.
And you know what? That's not all the girls I've ever dated have probably not spent that on me as like a mass.
How many, what's the percentage of women you slept with on these 300 dates?
Oh, fucking 1%.
That's crazy.
And that's actually, that might even be like kind of.
What's the percentage of them that you think you could have slept with?
75%.
You're trash. You're not even a man.
At some point. I'm not saying like after, you know, but you know, if a girl actually, so when we had, so for the listeners that don't know, we did.
3 people. 3 people out of 300. That's actually really good. I'm laughing, but that's actually, you're a really good guy.
Yeah, no, so...
Like, if I had a daughter your age, I'd have probably hooked
you up. A lot... And I'm saying... Now, obviously, I've been with more than 3 people, but I'm saying a lot of that was specifically for, and obviously the math is a little bit more than the 1% looking at it now, feeling like a dumb fuck. But I'm a podcaster and a DJ and a graphic designer. I don't have to know math.
You spend $15,000 to sleep with 3 women.
Just a player,
you're
right, dude?
Guy.
If you're like, hey,
ladies,
it would have been so much cheaper to just buy like a prostitute at that point. But a lot of these girls, and if not all of them, were just like first dates. And I'm not, I don't do like the one night stand kind of thing. To each your own. Do it all day if you want.
You've never done a one night stand thing?
I might have potentially done that when I was younger. I don't think it happened though. I'm not sure. I was drunk. It was at like this river party and stuff like that.
I know the girls are watching like, yeah, see, he's a good guy, real man.
Dude, so my producer knows this, and I'm real talking here. She's just like trying to call me out. Dog, you have to call me out, dog.
She said,
she's got fucking 1,800 exclamation points after the exact reference I just gave you.
Yo, what happened at Apple River, my G?
That's literally the end of the story.
Oh, you had a one night stand at Apple River?
I think I might have been that. I was really drunk, and I'm like, I don't remember, but I'm like, I'm gonna take it, like, be responsible and say that it more than likely happened. I woke up, or I don't know, I woke up in somebody else's tent.
So you were raped? They took advantage of you, the woman? Women do take advantage.
No, they do take advantage. I mean, I wouldn't call it that.
Have you ever had sex in a club? Sidebar.
No.
You've never had sex in a club?
In a club?
Yeah.
Like a nightclub.
Like a nightclub.
Oh, no. So all of the promoters out there that would potentially think of booking him as a DJ, and then so I'm gonna save your ass here now. Okay. So Scott has never had sex in a club.
No,
he's just playing devil's advocate there. Yeah.
I was just asking a question.
Yeah.
Good
no,
content.
I never have.
Good content.
But it's good that we're staying real because.
Yeah.
So now I have to present you. Are you gonna stay real?
Yeah.
And burn some bridges here?
Let's go. I'm with the shit.
So have you had sex in a club?
I have had sex in a club.
Ooh.
Not while I was.
Hey, you guys remember when Scott used to be a DJ and people would book him? God, those were the days. They were so short.
Yo, these DJs out here are wild. And I'm sure I'm not the only DJ out there that's had sex in a club.
What else can we do to burn some bridges for you?
We could say the name of the club.
I'm just kidding. No. We're good. But kind of going back, I'm not trying to fuck you over here. I kind of am.
Right.
But no, so with the girls and stuff,
300 girls.
What I realize with these girls is they do a lot of the same things that they don't want guys to do.
Like?
So a really good example is, so girls hate when a guy does this, right?
What?
Sup, girl? Girls are like, oh, obviously, fuck off, right? I've had that happen to me hundreds of times. They're just like, hey, hottie, sup, cutie? You're like, you know aggressive. This more than I know this. Like, you know that you hate when guys do this to you. Mm-hmm. So I would think you'll be the last person on earth that would do it to somebody else, right?
Right.
And yet girls still do this.
Yeah,
so
she doesn't know.
Fucks up with that. Yeah. Now I'm talking to you girls. You guys chime in on this. I want you to put it on our Instagram, our Twitter. You can put it on our personal Facebooks. Let me know, why do you guys make rules and then break rules?
Good fucking point. Yeah. That's a good poll. I want to talk about that. That'd be dope. I was wondering, when's the last time you like approached like a woman like in person and just hollered at her?
It would take this entire podcast for me to actually like think.
Really?
It might have never happened.
Oh, really? No.
I'm not saying this like, oh, yo, dude, shit. Like, no.
Right.
I've always been super shy when I was younger. And then when I kind of got a little bit of confidence and people were like, dude, you shouldn't be so shy. I'm like, all right, cool. And I think just being in the environments that I've been in, like club environments, people think, and maybe it's a little different for you, but people think being in club environments on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, that you're like going home with girls, you're just like, you can hook up with all these people. You can't. Like, they come up, and by the time they actually would want to go home, for the most part, if you're a decent guy, they're trashed.
Yeah, sure. That's true.
It's 2:00, and everybody's getting kicked out.
Yeah.
And you have to look like the biggest piece of shit and keep a girl behind for the next hour while you get paid out in the past, before there was like PayPal and Venmo where they could just send that afterwards. You would have to wait to get paid. So you were never taking girls home. At least I was never. There was obviously plenty of opportunities, but Yeah. But it's not what you would think.
Right. It does look really bad. And plus, you don't want to be taking home a random drunk girl. You can end up in a lot of trouble that way.
Oh, for sure. You know?
I mean, I know I've like done some fuck shit, but like normally I stay away from that for the most part. But I have done some wild shit, but no.
So speaking of wild shit, with New Year's coming up, you have New Year's kiss kind of planned out? Or are you just gonna find some lips and just suck those fuckers off?
I know I got asked about it. A girl asked me, she's
like, can I be your New Year's kiss?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is role reversal. This is kind of like a girl asking a guy out to prom.
Yeah, it is. Morp. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about the New Year's kiss. Like, what does it mean? Like,
it means then you have sex.
I mean, that would be dope. But like, I feel like me kissing a person at midnight is me committing to them for like the year
life
now. Yeah.
Girls do think that to some extent. They're just like, okay,
here.
You know, he's with me, and he could be with anybody else.
Yeah.
He's got to love me.
Aww.
So actually, kind of to dig back to what I was talking about, us doing the cuffing season.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember when we did that?
Mm-hmm. Fun
so
times.
Girls know, and we were talking about, I could have been with like 75% of them.
Right.
Now, taking away whatever arrogance you think I have in that comment, it's going back to our poll, and our producer was there as well, that girls said that they know if they could sleep with a guy, or they could see themselves sleeping with a guy within the first couple moments.
Right. Which is dope.
So as well, like I know, okay, well, this girl's into me, conversation's good, and she wants to talk to me afterwards, and she's leaving me her number, or she's still reaching out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it comes from, where I'm just like, there's a high chance that I could, take it further if I wanted.
So do you know in the first few minutes though, actually, if you want to sleep with a girl or not?
I know that if they were attractive enough that I would want that. Yeah. But I mean, on all those dates, I knew that if I'm going to do this, I cannot be with any of these girls, no matter, even if I find like Miss Right, the two guys that were the developers, making this real brief, they actually went against what our pact was.
Really?
And that's why the app never got released, is because they were very, and I love you guys, but they were, kind of average looking guys, and they would both agree to this.
Shots fired.
They would say straight up, they're just like, very average. But they found girls that they liked on the dates that they went on, and they'd only went on like 5 or 6 dates each or something like that. And they found somebody, and they both got married to those girls. One actually got divorced, or is kind of in the process of getting divorced. Hopefully that turns around. But and then the other one actually has a second kid on the way now.
Nice. Congrats to him.
Yeah. So
found in love through a dating app.
But yeah, so for me, I was just true to the game. I was like, it sparked from when I was in 6th grade, this dating thing. Cause I'm like, well, you know what? My relationships can end, or they can be successful, but what's never going to end, or it's less likely to end, is large scale happiness. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if I create a dating app, how cool would it be to say like hundreds of people are married because of your creation?
That's dope.
Like the dude who created Tinder or Bumble or any of these dating apps, people are married and happy and have kids and are potentially going to be with each other for the rest of their lives. And a lot of people won't do the research and find out who made the app and give two shits, right? Unless it's like Mark Zuckerberg or some big thing, right? But I think that that's so cool that you could be somebody that facilitated that.
No, that's
and
fire.
it's larger than me being happy in my own relationship. So that was what kind of was like the spark for it, where I was like, okay, you can be happy and maybe go on a second date with this girl. So I said I didn't want it to be more than a year. So I kind of set like a deadline, and then I also couldn't talk to the girls. So there's a lot of ghosting after the first date. There was never any hooking up. There was never any first kisses. There was a lot of like turning down girls from like first kisses and stuff like that. And I felt shitty, but I realized it was for the greater good of what my intent was, which never ended up happening. So it was kind of wasted, but I think I learned a lot about myself. I've also formulated a lot of opinions on dating apps and relationships in general. So
that's what's up.
And I don't try to talk from like a higher power, but I do have a little bit more experience in that realm than your average Joe.
Definitely more than me. How long? So I'm so curious about all this. How long? So normally when you start dating a girl, how long does it take for you to realize like I could be with this girl or I can't be with this girl?
I mean, it's per situation. I think there's really just like two things if you have to push it. Yeah. And there's so many people that, and I feel like I'm talking like I'm a relationship advice.
You
like
you went on 300 dates. You're a relationship guru now. A dating guru anyway.
Yeah. Right. I was thinking of the Austin Powers or the
That's what I was thinking.
The guru or whatever, the love guru, and it like fucking destroyed his career. Yeah. Just destroying my career here. No, I think it's, if it's monumental, that right away. Now, monumental not being something that, couldn't still end, but that this is somebody that you want in your life. Or it's just somebody that you're like, well, that's kind of cool. If you don't think this person is fucking awesome, if you don't think that, it's not going to work. Period. That's it. It's just not going to work. It's going to be mediocre at best, and that's all it's going to be for the rest of your life. Now, you can make that last for 50 years, but I don't want mediocre for 50 years.
A lot of people
I'm old as fuck now, so let's say 12 years. What about you? So now with you just kind of briefly getting on into a dating app, maybe not being so experienced.
Right.
And kind of knowing you want or kind of working that out.
Okay.
And it sounds like you got a New Year's kiss lined up.
Boom.
Maybe you should be kind of exploring. I'm just giving you some advice. Maybe using that app to get like an actual date with a girl you want for New Year's.
Oh man, I didn't think about that. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No?
It's too soon. It's too soon.
Is it?
Yeah.
For a first date?
And plus, I'm DJing. What is she gonna do while I'm DJing?
So, probably dance.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, it's probably really good. It's really good if she doesn't need to be. That's a great thing is when a girl is, it doesn't rely on you so much. She's like an independent girl.
I like independent
I hate saying
women.
independent women because it sounds so like Beyonce. I'll say independent girl till the day I die.
I love independent women. I hate independent women who tell me they're independent women.
Oh yeah, it's like the girl that says, "All right, I don't like drama." You're like, "Oh, that's cool, but you like drama."
Yeah, relax. Okay, I get it. You know what's crazy? It takes me, when I do finally like a girl, it takes me like a while. It takes me a long time to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to be with this girl. Like I feel like I be wanting to put women to test, and I shouldn't do that because I put people in position to fail over and over and over again. But it takes me a while. I gotta test them. Like I push them to the limit a little bit.
You know what's really attractive, at least personally, is not even like physical things. So confidence is obviously very attractive for most people. Somebody that's just like shy and all like, like you're just like, I'm not really attracted to that, right?
Yeah. Too much confidence is trash.
That's also trash. Yeah. But girls that love not even their job, they love their career. And they also can kind of
rare.
Yeah. Well, they can also adapt to making you part of their life and not just having them be career oriented. So they can like work that line. So I love when a girl's like, I'm this and I love it. I love helping people, or I'm a doctor, or I'm a designer, or I'm even work at McDonald's, whatever it is, but they love it, right? That's super attractive because I'm like, you're going to do this every single day. And if you come home and you hate your job, more than likely you're going to take this out on me, or our relationship is going to suffer to some extent. You're going to be like, do you want to go out? Oh man, dude, I don't know. I feel like shit. I know a lot of girls that have said the same about guys. They're just like, like we broke up because he'd come home and he was just kind of like run down. He fucking hated his job. And so like when girls love their jobs, it's one of the biggest attractions aside from great eyebrows. So girls that have eyebrows on point, oof, God.
What's the first thing you look at when you see a girl?
Eyebrows.
Eyebrows? Really? Eyebrows?
Yeah, eyebrows, and then I go to legs. Like I like twig legs.
Oh man, I'm like a smile person. Like I look at teeth.
Yeah, I don't even know if girls have teeth until like it's. I go like eyebrows, then I go to like twig legs. I like to know that they could potentially be looked at, and like somebody be like, that girl runs a lot.
Why do you like twig legs?
Then I'll go back up to the face, and I'm like, oh my god, they have a nose and eyes too. That's so cool.
I need like a First, the smile is important to me, but I like a voluptuous woman.
Whoa, you're going
titties,
against the stereotype of every black person, right? Every black man, I should say, is always that. All my buddies that are black dudes all say that, dude. I like a big ass.
I do.
I like to be able to put like a dinner plate on that, right, dude? I've heard that so much, and you're like, and what I like is put a dinner plate on that, but I want that dinner plate to drop on the ground and fucking shatter.
Yo, we like totally different type of women.
Yeah, dude. Well, I like I don't even know why I'm saying this, but fuck it. I've already thought about it, so it's getting said.
Yeah.
My buddies always give me shit. You might have actually done this too. They're just like, okay, so you don't like girls with boobs. And you don't like girls with ass.
Me. Okay, yeah.
And you like girls to be like really skinny. Like, so you like dudes.
You like little boys with
They're like,
long
do you
hair.
like your girls with Adam's apples? And I'm like, dude, I mean, I get it. I get the joke behind it, but I like twig girls.
I mean,
and you know why that is? And fuck you if you disagree. But why that is I've always been attracted to girls that are really athletic, right?
Okay.
Really athletic is in not like power lifter athletic, because there's a lot of girls that are doing that now. I'm like, what are you doing? You trying to bench press me? I'm not going to find that hot. Like, good, do it if you want to do it. But are you trying to be like a fucking ultimate fighter?
So you couldn't date a muscular woman?
I mean, you know,
Not
have
like
some muscle.
swole,
Don't be like
swole,
anorexic, but
right.
no. If a girl's got abs, cool. That's a lot of work. But the same reason girls say, like, I like guys that are like cut. So many girls, at least that I know, you know, and obviously we could probably get different guy girl, you know, who we hang out with, but the girls that I hang out with all say Ryan Reynolds is pretty fucking hot, or Ryan Gosling, or that kind of a guy where it's like cut, but not like overly cut. Maybe they can get into like a character or something and still have potential like abs, but they're not like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, right? They're not just muscle bound. That being said, some people I know do like that, and you know, to each their own. But yeah, that's like kind of what I try to gravitate towards looking like. And the girls are, you know, not. I don't want a girl that's that cut. What about you? So you like? I like fat ass.
I like a fat ass. No, I just like.
They gotta have a brain, a personality, just their fat ass.
Just a fat ass,
That's
and
it.
we're good, ma. Nah, I just like a curvy woman. I do like I like women more than even the looks. Like, I like women that are either smarter than me or more like craftier than me. Like, I like a problem solver. Like, cause I do so much. Like, you gotta be able to outdo me in something.
Yeah.
And like,
so do you like girls that are like your mom? The qualities, at least.
Yo, that's
a
weird.
lot of people say that, you know, that girls will find guys that have some qualities like their dad. And
that's a good question. Yeah, I think I do. My mom's really smart. She's really good at problem solving. She's not high maintenance, but she is. She got her own. I think I want a woman just like my mom.
That's cool.
That's
so
weird.
You kind of know what you want then.
Yeah, but that's hard to find. That's hard to find.
We might have just cracked the egg on Scott's like dating. I think what's gonna happen is by episode 2, it's gonna be a ring. It's gonna be a ring real fast. New Year's will be over.
Tinder.
He'll be like, well, you know what happened actually is there was a kiss. I did meet her on Tinder and she popped a question.
She popped a question.
She was really intelligent. She loved her job and she had a fat ass.
I got a fat ass. Have you ever slept with a woman with like a fat ass? Like a real fat ass?
No,
like
absolutely not.
Never?
No. So
I've got some living to do.
No. I've lived.
300 dates.
Yeah. So I've never slept with a woman, and not even just, you know, had sex, just literally never been in the same bed or like even made out with a girl.
So you've never slept with a woman. All right.
Yeah. A lot of dudes.
What else is new?
No. So never been with somebody that I couldn't look at them and go, what if I knock this person up? Every person I've been like, I would be proud. Like, I would be proud to go like, okay, it didn't work out, but like my kids could look really good based off of our genetics. And like, I don't hate this person, right? Because I'm not doing one night stands, so I know the person at least a little bit. I'm not saying I know them wholeheartedly, because you don't know them, you know, in a couple months. But
you're either like really shallow or really responsible.
Oh, I got my flaws for sure. We're not picking at my flaws yet, but these are just, you know, some things.
You think about that before you sleep with a girl. That's good. That's good. I always just think, is this going to be a good time or not?
But that being said, I think that, and we've kind of talked about this off the podcast, just, you know, back and forth banters. With us looking how we look, and I'm really trying not to sound shallow, and not being absolute average, right? I'm not. I like, this is all I judge for like guys, because I'm, you know, straight guy. I don't really judge too much. You're either a 10.
Well, most straight guys don't judge other guys.
Super attractive. You're like a Ryan Reynolds kind of thing.
Okay.
Or you're a 5 or around a 5 or a 6 or something. There's no 7, 8, 9s to me. I don't give a shit about that. Or you're a 1. You're a 1 is somebody that's severely obese, is, you know, got like a lot of genetic issues, and no girl is like, I really want to fuck that guy. So you're a 1 or you're a 5, which is where we would be, but maybe like a 5.5 or like a 6.
Okay.
Right?
Wait. Hold the fuck up. You said where will we be?
We're dead center.
Nah,
so
you're either
a
be in that boat by yourself.
No. Hear me out. So I'm saying
no, my G, I'm not there.
I'm saying there's a little bit better looking and there's a little bit less, a little not as good at looking. Location. And I'm saying that based off of just the ability to actually go on a date with a girl and have girls reach out to me, because I know that that's not the norm, and I really try not to take that for granted, because there's a lot of guys that have to go up to girls to get a date, and that's just what I've always thought it was. Growing up, is the guy goes up to the girl, and I've always been too shy, so I never got to do that. And the fact that girls have came to me and been like, hey, do you want to go on a date? Or I guess through online dating, that's a little bit different, because sometimes you have to reach out to the girl, so it's different. Right. But in person, I've never actually reached out to a girl. So
that's crazy.
So I know that
shit is so fun. You got to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that looking how we look, we don't have to go through some of the trials and tribulations of what a lot of other guys have to.
So then why would you put us in the 5 category, my G?
Because there's no 6
or
there's no 7. It's just like very like 5 or 6.
Put me with the 10s then, fam.
No.
Nah, fam. Fuck what you talking about?
10 is somebody that a girl looks at and is like, I have to sleep with that guy.
Me?
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
That forehead just grew 3 inches, dude. Forehead.
But no, I'm definitely not a 5. I don't give a fuck. I ain't saying I'm a 10, but a 5?
You're 5.
I'm insulted. Nah.
So anyways, I know that we both of us have been given some sort of like benefits, just on no fault of our own, or no, we didn't have to do anything. We're just born how we look.
Right. Shout out to my mom again.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom too.
I know that's a tall.
Not so much my dad.
Water.
I got all the qualities that I don't like from my dad. So. but he's dead. So
he was a gangster though.
Yeah.
The stories you tell me about him was crazy.
Yeah. So I guess I kind of went in a rabbit hole there, and that's how it's gonna be. Is we're gonna go in rabbit holes and we're gonna get lost, and you guys are just with us. So that's just how it's gonna be. But so I try not to take that for granted. When I do go on dates with people, or I should say just specifically women.
Nah, be honest.
Fuck you.
You're open-minded.
Yeah, I just try not to take that for granted. What about you? So you just so since you haven't really been on dating apps,
okay,
how do you go on dates with girls?
This gonna sound bad because I'm not really a bad guy, but I don't really ever have to go on a date with a girl. It's normally like, hey, yeah, they'll hit me on Instagram or wherever we're running to each other. It's normally like, hey, I'm DJing at Gold Room for New Year's Eve. See how I did that there?
Ooh, plug.
You should come out.
Yeah.
And, get them some drinks, kind of kick it and catch up from there. They get comfortable with me. And
that's good.
Then I'll say some shit like, you know what you should do? You should come over and cook, and I'll get some wine, and we can just talk and eat and kick it. That's kind of how it always.
That's how easy it is. So smooth.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like you said, sometimes girls approach you.
So what I would do, and what I would say to that is, that sounds fun. Yeah, like, and I would be right next to you while a girl comes up. She'd be like, dude, you got to come to Glow Room. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be DJing. And I go, yeah, like, so what you could do is you could do that, and you're gonna regret it tomorrow morning because he's not gonna call you. And he's going to tell everybody about how fat ass or how big your ass was. Or you could hang out with me and I will just pay for everything and we won't sleep together.
Suckers got to get licked.
Yeah, we won't sleep together. And I'll tell all my friends how sweet you were and we'll never talk again.
But women are women. Women are very sexual beings these days.
That's true.
They want to have sex with you, RUCA. Nobody wants to just go on a bunch of dates and not have sex.
Yeah, I think they do.
I think most women want to have sex by the second date. I'm not saying they do.
I think they want to, but
they want to.
They like dial it back so they don't get that whole like slutty kind of vibe that
that's tough.
That men kind of pin up against them.
That's
tough. Like guys want to have sex just as much as girls want to have sex.
True.
And and not have sex too. Like the exact same. I think it's no different, guy or girl.
So do you judge?
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
It's so easy for a girl to like walk into a bar and say, oh, who's buying me a drink? Oh, that guy's fucking me. It's granted that doesn't happen that often, but it could in any scenario. Now, for us, we can't. Even being not ones, we can't just go into a bar and say, hey, can I get you a drink? All right, cool. Let's go home. Like a girl will be like, your game is you're way too hot right now. You're like, you're burning me up, and I gotta get the fuck out of this place.
Not for you. I do judge it, but sometimes I just respect. If we go out or we hang out a few times and you sleep with me real fast, like sometimes like it was just a vibe and a connection, and we went for it, and I could respect it. Then sometimes it's like, oh, this girl was really trying to give me some pussy tonight. Yeah, she's kind of a hoe. So like I'm in the middle with that.
So what you're gonna run into a little bit more the longer you are on like a dating app is girls that present themselves one way based off of like pictures and their bios, if you read that, and even once you start talking to them, like the stories, they'll just be like, like your exes are all assholes. We get it.
I hate hearing about exes.
You're going to hear that. And it's like, you know what I like is when a girl says, no, it just didn't work out. Neither one of us cheated. It just didn't work out. We didn't have that spark, it just, whether it was a month, a day, or fucking 20 years, whatever it was, rather than like, oh, he's a piece of shit. It's like, that says a lot about you. If you're with somebody that's a piece of shit, like your choices are trash. You have bad judgment. Like I'm judging you harder than I would be judging this guy.
Man,
but you're going to run into a lot of girls that present themselves as this, and then you get this. And it's because they put this facade on. And guys, I know you do this shit too, so I'm not just saying girls. True. Like I've never been guilty of doing that. I've always, and you could ask, we could do a poll, any girl that's ever been with me or even hung out with me or been friends. They wouldn't say like I think if anything, they would say, you were better for the most part than what I expected.
You should, but you've been on 300 dates.
I would think.
Can we call this episode 300 dates? Yo, my question. So, have you ever been cheated on?
Oh, for sure, yeah. A couple times, yeah.
A couple times?
I mean, so what, you got to define cheating, because girls define cheating very differently.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they do. So have you ever been with a woman? You guys were official in one way or another, and she slept with somebody else, or got some head from somebody else. Yeah. Or somebody, what you call it, finger blast?
Yeah, finger blast. That's a whole cheating scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that happened?
That has happened.
That's happened, yep.
How did you handle that?
Not well.
No, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't think I could handle it.
I lost my shit. I was like, oh, this is insane. Like,
Why do you think people cheat? Not even just women. When women ask me why do men cheat, I always tell them most men are only as faithful as their options.
Oh, that's good. I've heard that before, but yeah, that's good. I agree with that.
I believe that. And I think that I don't think men cheat on women because women are lacking things, and I think that's what most women think. I think men cheat because some of us have a plethora of options and we get greedy. That's really all it is. Unless your relationship is just shit and y'all are both pretending like it's not. Other than that, I think it's just a greedy thing. And I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's what it is.
I completely agree with that, but I think it's also, even if it's perfect, right? I still think that everybody likes a challenge.
That's true. Like, that's a good point.
If everything gets the whole that you've heard, you can't appreciate a sunny day without a rainy day, right?
Yes.
But if your life is great and everything is amazing, it's got to seem bland to some level because you're used to this standard of what a relationship is, that you want to kind of spark, or you want to, incite a riot kind of in the relationship. I think that's why girls, sometimes you'll see, I've seen some of the most faithful girls and guys, and they're really flirty with people. They're more flirty that you're like, they have a happy relationship, but they're so flirty, like hand flirty and stuff with people right in front of their significant other. And who knows behind closed doors if they're fucking each other, fucking other people and stuff. But from what I know of my friends that I see this happen, their relationships seem very great from the outside. And this is 3 relationships I know for sure. And they're like, oh, like the girls especially are like, oh my God, like this is my guy friend. And like,
right.
And the guy's like cool with it. He's just like, and I think that's because they need a little bit of jealousy. Like I operate off of jealousy for sure.
I don't. I hate it.
You do. You operate off of jealousy.
How
for sure.
How so? Me?
So you want what other people have. You want it and you want to be better. So you DJ not because you think DJing's just fun. You think it's fun, but you're also like, yo, That dude who DJs that I've seen do it to this level, I want what he has, but I want more. I want to do it better. I want to do this. So you're jealous of, maybe jealousy is a bad example. It's not jealous. It's you're competitive.
Okay.
There's maybe a little bit of jealousy, but like you want what somebody else has. You know you can achieve it because you're driven.
Right.
And you won't stop until you get that. And I think that's what it is for me. It's like for girls, especially like girls, you can have whatever you want with a lot less effort, especially attractive girls with a lot less effort than a guy.
If you were married and you were talking about being flirty, right? If you were married and your wife went, every other weekend she'd go out with the girls, they get dressed up, look beautiful, and you knew your wife was really flirty when she was out with her girls in the club, could you handle that? Would you be okay with that?
No.
No,
I don't. I mean, I get if everybody's drinking, we got kind of loose, but if she's sitting on a dude's lap,
no, just hey cutie, like little things.
Yeah, I don't even think like that.
Nothing like touching, but just like flirty with words, real compliment.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. What about? So I don't think I could either. But I think if my girl was out and with her girls and some guys offered to buy them drinks and she accepted them, I think that would be cool. What about you?
Yeah, I think like buying drinks is very different. Or like
you cool with that?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Girls, you're going to get hit on by so many guys, even when you're in a relationship. And I've done this on accident to people where you get through the crowd. We kind of chatted about this in the last episode, but you finally get through the crowd of their friends, and you get to the girl,
the defense,
and the guy walks out of the bathroom, and you're like, "Fuck, I didn't see that she had a ring," or there's so much stuff to process. Like, I haven't actually done that because I haven't really ever approached a girl at like a bar.
That's crazy.
But I've seen it happen.
We got to do it
hundreds of times with friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's why I don't want to do it, because it's just, like I've approached girls at bars, but I've never implied it was going to be anything more than kind of like witty banter, kind of like, let's have fun. Let's entertain each other for a little bit.
Crazy. You know what? Guys,
so how do you do that then? That's
what?
So you do approach girls at bars.
Yeah.
Or clubs or whatever.
Yep,
so how do you get through not getting the shit kicked out of you or getting into an altercation with somebody else, because you have to get through their friends. You have to potentially get through whatever conversation they're having with a bartender or whoever. And they know, they're hip to the game right when you start talking to them. Because in all of history, no guy has ever went up to a girl and said, "Hey, yo, what's up, girl? Can I get you a drink? All right, cool. You like that drink? All right, have a great night." Never happened. And if that has happened, there's always been like an ulterior motive that at the end of the night, I'm going to meet up with this girl and she's going to be like, "Oh yeah, you were the guy that bought me the drink." There's always something.
Yeah, no, I've done that before. But so I've done things like this, right? Let's like Pizza Luce. Okay, so like,
damn, that place is good.
This is what I do a lot. This is what I have done a lot, and it works like a charm. You in line for Pizza Luce or ice cream or whatever, and you see a girl that you're attracted to.
Yeah.
You just pay for the food or the drink or the slice of pizza. Be like, "Hey, I'm Scott. I'm SDot. Nice to meet you. Just wanted to buy you that slice of pizza. I don't want to bother you, but if I see you again, I'm gonna have to ask for your number," and just walk off. Don't even give them a chance to like say, "You can have my number now." Just walk off, and then when you see him again,
what's the success ratio of that? I'm really curious about this.
Man,
it's got to be 5%.
You don't always see him again, but when you do see him again, it works like a charm. It's an immediate smile.
So that being said, what Scott's not telling you is he hangs out at Pizza Luce every day waiting for these girls to come back for pizza. He's like, "Dude, I know they like pizza. I'm just going to sit here, perched out here for fucking a week in these blizzard conditions in Minnesota." So what's the success rate then? How many times has a girl been like, "Oh, fuck, you're the guy that bought me a piece of pizza. You spent a whole $5 on me, baller."
Every time that I've seen the girl again, it worked like a charm.
Did it?
Immediate.
So what is
Come
success?
here.
What is success of that then? It worked as in you slept with the girl. She had a conversation with you.
I got the number.
Okay. And then what the success ratio of that number going to whatever you would find like final,
Well, that's what the success to me is getting a number, because a lot of times, like, once I get the number, like, I realize like I don't have time to like start a new relationship or.
Oh, dude, this work.
It's because it's fun. Work for the fuck of it.
So it's just flirting. That's all it is. It's just like that's courting. It's long.
No, not flirting. Courting is fun,
dude. It's just like long game flirting.
It's dope. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
the smile you get when they see you somewhere, like, oh my gosh, you remember you bought me the slice of pizza. It's so simple, but it works like a charm. Look, man, I'm
But I think that's kind of selfish, just going off of what we've already learned about you. You love girls with fat asses, so you're just...
I do.
You're trying to get that ass a little bit bigger.
I do.
You're just like, can I get you another one? Like, I'll buy you a whole fucking pizza. Just take it home, finish it. Right. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, nah, it's funny. Could you forgive a woman that cheated on you?
No.
You didn't even think about it. I mean, yeah, women forgive men every fucking day, and you can't even consider forgiving a woman that cheated on you?
I just gave you a pause to make it seem like I was processing something.
Oh, that was dramatic?
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
No, oh, wow.
You know what scenario you're getting into.
We're not being forgiven.
It's not my fault. It's your fault. If we're dating or hanging out, I'm pretty vocal. I'm pretty expressive.
Yeah,
you are too, actually. Like, you're expressive to dudes. People kind of know what they're getting with you. You put this like this chill kind of vibe. Like, I don't really give a shit. You know, whatever happens with girls. It's a little bit different. But like girls that get with me, they know right away. This guy's very opinionated. Mm-hmm. He talks way too much and way too fast.
Yeah,
as you can probably see. But you have to know me. If you think that you're going to that's going to be acceptable, then that's your fault, because obviously you know I'm not going to be cool with it.
We're just human. Like, we're humans. We make mistakes.
Yeah, we make mistakes, but I mean, there's like layers of mistakes, right? So there's like you put fucking unleaded gas instead of premium in your car, and it runs like shit a little bit, right? That's a mistake. It's not catastrophic, and it's not destroying anybody's life, and it's not making them feel shitty for weeks or months or years afterwards, right?
Right.
So that's the difference. Is like, you don't know, if you cheat on somebody, you don't know how long that's going to affect them, right? So that's why
you are a female.
No. So you
underneath all this.
If you date a girl, so you can. The
girls are at home just agreeing with you right now.
No, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, RUCA.
So sometimes girls, right off the bat, like we've already figured out from our panel that we were on, the cuffing season. The girls know right away that they can see themselves being with this person, but they also know right away if they could see potential settling down with this guy based off of certain factors. Okay. Maybe not the first 5 minutes, but if he has potential, right? So they've built up something in their head, whether that's a small scale thing or it's very large. They build it up right when they meet you.
Right.
And how long that resonates, that sadness from cheating on somebody, is unknowing. Like, you don't know. It could be a day or it could be 2 years where they're like, you know, I'm never going to trust the guy because that guy I really felt connections with, or I felt a connection with, and I really opened up to. And you could be like, dude, I didn't even feel there was a connection at all. It's all her perspective, right?
Right.
But like, you don't know what that is to that person. So I'm like, that's why I always think cheating is like one of the worst things, because you're going to it could negatively affect every relationship you have for a long time afterwards. Wow, and it can change your perspective of how you view the opposite sex. So you can get somebody could steal from you.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody stole your car.
Oh, it's happened. I got carjacked once. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, like, what do you think the odds are that scenario is going to happen again to you?
It'll never catch me slipping again.
Okay, but it's probably very unlikely, right?
Yeah.
But something very, very rare that a lot of people don't get carjacked or they're broken into their cars, right? Mm-hmm. But it happened to you once.
It is violated.
So you realize, like, it might never happen again, and it
won't.
Right? So you have no fears of that.
No, I do have a fear. It could happen again.
You do.
It could happen. I doubt it, but it could happen for sure.
So that's far less likely than a person cheating, especially with the divorce rate and how much people actually do.
Far less likely?
It's far less likely that somebody's going to carjack you again than be cheated on.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if you have a fear of that, now imagine all the people that it's very likely that you're going to get cheated on again. Like what that would do to somebody's like.
You think like a woman, act like a man.
Yeah,
so I respect it.
I don't know. That's me personally, like, why I think that. But we are kind of coming up past an hour, and we've predominantly been talking about, or primarily I should say, talking about
300
relationships.
Dates.
Yeah. So if you guys can chime in, we would greatly appreciate it. We'll put a poll up. What do you want it to be? We were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. Why do women make rules and then break them?
No, they're not going to be honest with that. We should ask them. The poll should be...
No.
You think they'll be honest?
We've been transparent with you guys, and you probably thought we were kind of douchey at points. Hopefully not so much.
They're gonna defend it. Go ahead. No, let's do it.
But that's good.
That's good.
If you defend, you don't think that this is not a thing. Do you think that is a thing though?
Yes, very much so.
And so do I. So if you do disagree, which I'm sure a lot of you will, give a good example or give a
be honest.
Good reasoning. Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah. With that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking with us about an hour. Yeah. This has been the first episode.
Episode 1.
Yeah, dude. This took a while to kick this thing off. So thank you. Where can they check us out now that we're everywhere? It's insane.
It's so official. We are at wolvespodcast.com.
Yeah.
That's our site.
So you can find everything that he's going to say after here at wolvespodcast.com.
Right.
But if you're not a website person, you just kind of want to get on, different platforms, on apps and things like that, where can they find us?
Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, my favorite, Spotify, and
Tune in.
It's tuned in.
Dude, he burns it every time. There's no D. It's tune in.
Tune in. The Tune In app. You can follow us on Instagram at Wolves Podcast. Also on Twitter at Wolves_podcast.
There we go. So, dude, now we said it was going to be Wolves Podcast, and guess what? Some motherfucker snaked it.
Yeah.
Snaked Wolves Podcast. So we got an underscore.
Yeah.
So
trash.
Got to deal with it.
Yeah.
We apologize for that extra character in there, but
follow us now though. Let's stay connected.
And if there's things that you want us to talk about other than relationships, obviously this is just the first episode. We're going to talk about everything from, obviously more relationship shit. To fucking, maybe we'll be talking about fucking race cars. Who knows?
Yeah.
And eventually we'll have guests. But tell them another thing for the people that didn't tune in on episode 0. One of the cool things that we're going to be doing that a lot of podcasts don't do.
Giveaways.
There we go.
Giveaways.
And we know this actually from dealing with the radio stations. We've been on there a few times. We have a lot of friends that work for radio stations locally. So what are you thinking with that? Like, how would some of these things kind of work out? We'll
probably do things like, because we'll do polls every episode.
Yeah.
So, most creative. You know what we'll do? We'll do like the 100th person to share the Spotify,
Ooh, that's good.
Link, the 1,000th person to like a post, different things like
tickets,
that.
Maybe it's actual cash. Maybe it's we'll eventually have swag.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Get you guys some cool swag.
AlphaWolves. Join
but yeah. So that's kind of it. You want to leave with anything else? I'm just gonna leave you guys with thank you again, and hopefully you guys are ready for some unique entertainment, is what we're calling it.
Yeah. We're gonna be super honest, and just give it all to you. I just want to say thank you. We did it. First official podcast. We love you.